Sensible Varmint. Almost everybody that knows the forest understands perfectly well that Davy Crockett never loses powder and ball, having been brought up to believe in the sin to throw away ammunition, and that is the benefit of various education. We were out in the forest one afternoon, and just had got a place called the Great Gap, when I see a raccoon sitting up all alone on a tree. I clapped the breech of the brown bed to my shoulder, and were just going to go put a piece of lead between his shoulders when he shifted one paw, and says he, "Your name Crockett?" Says I, "You're right for worse. My name is Davy Crockett." "Then," says he, "you need take no trouble further, for I may as well come down without another word." And the creature walked right down from the tree, and he considered himself shot. I stoops down and pats him on the head, and says, "I hope I can be shot myself before I hurt a hair on your head, and never for such a compliment in my life." "Seeing as you say that," he says, "I'll just walk off for a present, no doubting your word a bit, you see, but at least you should kind of happen to change your mind." The Fox. One day I war out in the forest with a kill devil, and there were deep snow on the ground, and I seed a fox crossing my track and jumping up in the snow, and couldn't get ahead, though he tried hard to get out of my way. So I had told Growler to be still and walked along as if I didn't see him, for Davy Crockett were never meant to take advantage of a fellow creature in distress. The Tame Bear. The creatures of the forest is of all different kinds, like humans. Some is stupid and some is easy to learn. The most known creature I ever seed were a bar that my darter Pineta picked up in the woods. It used to follow her to church, and at last it got so tame it would come into the house and sit down in one corner of the fireplace to warm itself. I learned it to smoke a pipe, and while it sat in the corner smoking, I sat in the other with my pipe. We couldn't talk to another, but we would look, and I knowed by the shine of his eye what he wanted to say, though he didn't speak a word. The creature would sit up all nights when the war was out late and open the door for me, but it were the greatest in churning butter. It did all the business for that family. At last it got so civilized that it caught the whooping cough and died. My wife went to the minister and tried to get him to give the bar a Christian burial, but the skunk were so bigoted that he wouldn't do it, and I told him the bar were a better Christian than he ever were.